record. Let's see. Let me redo the music here. All right. So I will meet you guys on the mat. Today we're going to start in a nice, just seated position, whether it's crisscross applesauce or if that doesn't feel too good on the knees or the hips at first, you can always have your legs out straight or even sit on a pillow or a bolster. But, oh, sorry, and I totally forgot my formal introductions. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Amanda. Just a gentle reminder that anything we do today, we're going to focus a lot on the core and the arms. But again, anything that we do is totally optional. You can totally skip it, take a modification, just feeling what feels good to you instead of thinking of what you should be doing, actually just feeling what feels natural. So we're just going to start in a nice, neutral, seated position. Maybe slowly close the eyes so you can keep them open for a moment. Start to just kind of make the gaze nice and heavy. Feeling the breath just flowing in and out, nice and natural. And then maybe start to close the eyes a bit more. Maybe drawing the breath a little more deeper each time. And if you want to sway a little side to side at first, just letting the body naturally come to this settling place. And then once your next breath in, we're just going to lengthen up the spine just a bit more. Really root down the sit bones, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Rolling the shoulders down the spine a bit, opening up the chest. And then just tucking the chin in just a bit. Try not to press the chin out, but drawing it a bit more, lengthening the back of the neck. And let's all just take a nice big breath in through the nose. And then exhale out the mouth. Just feeling the body settle here. Let the mind become a little more weightless as the muscles become a little more softer. And while we're seated here, just maybe even have a little smile, a little grin. Sometimes even that can just boost our energy. Just being happy, being grateful that you made it on your mat today. Taking the time for yourself and for your practice. And then if it resonates with you, you can set an intention for your practice. It can be a positive affirmation, or maybe it's releasing something that no longer serves or benefits you. All intentions are welcome. No overthinking. Whatever comes to you, whatever is weighing on your heart and your mind, just let it be and let it sink in. Just notice how the inhale expands the body just a bit more. And noticing your exhale, letting the muscles grow a little heavier, settling a bit more. Keeping the eyes closed or heavy, we'll just take the hands to heart center. And then bowing the chin, and just plug the thumbs up into the sternum. Taking a big breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Let's do that twice more. Big inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale. And then exhale. Now just place the hands back onto the knees. And we'll slowly blink the eyes open, nice and easy. Inhale, take the gaze all the way forward. So on your next breath in, we're just going to sweep the arms all the way up, and then maybe the gaze looks up in between the fingertips, lengthening at the very top. And then exhale, just float the arms all the way down next to your side. A couple more times. Inhale, sweeping up, lengthen the spine all the way up. And then exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, nice and big, gathering up all the energy at the very top. And then exhale, let it go. This time we're just going to inhale the arms up and then take the arms out like a cactus or goalpost. And we're just going to inhale the arms up. And then exhale, really squeeze the shoulder blades together, bringing the elbows down about shoulder height. And we'll just do that a few more times. Inhale up. Exhale, really squeeze the upper back. Last time, inhale up. And then exhale, squeeze. Beautiful. This time we'll lift the arms up and then cross the fingers. Press the palms all the way up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, we're just going to twist over to the right just a bit. Inhale, back up to center. And then exhale, just twisting a little bit to the left. And then exhale all the way back towards center. So we're just going to drop that right arm down towards the ground. Fingertips can touch. And if they don't, you can always take a pillow or a block. Bring the floor to you. And we'll inhale, lift that left arm up. Then exhale, just arcing over just a bit. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, both arms all the way up. Gaze looks in between the thumbs. And then exhale, just drop it onto the other side. Inhale that right arm up. And then exhale, just arcing it over a bit. Still rooting that right sit bone down into the ground, feeling that whole side body stretch. I'll take one breath in. One breath out. On the next inhale, and we're just going to tip it onto the right side. Do a little nice side bend. And then keep it going over to the other. So we're just going to do this a few times, lengthening the side body, but still kind of engaging, warming up those obliques. Going nice, slow, but still having that full body engagement. And then wherever you're at, we're just going to do this a couple more times. And then wherever you are, we'll inhale both arms all the way up, lengthen. And then exhale, take the hands down to heart center. So from here, we're just going to make fist with both our hands. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate the wrists together. So the backs of the wrists come together and then the palms kind of face together. And just rolling them out. It's going to be on our wrists kind of a lot today, but again, we'll have lots of modifications. And then we'll rotate them the other way. And if it doesn't feel good to have the fist, you can always have an open palm. Sometimes that feels better. And this is always a nice little thing to do on a daily basis when you're at your computer, especially, typing and trying to get a lot of motion, fluidity within the wrist. All right, and from here, I'm just gonna shake it out. And then we're just going to either roll over the knees nice and gently or take a side seat and come all the way up to our tabletop. So shoulders right over the wrist and then hips right over the knees. And pointer fingers is pointing straight towards the front of the mat. On your next breath in, we're going to lower the belly, open up the chest, and the gaze looks up. Exhale, begin to round the upper back, belly to spine, chin to chest. Couple more times. Inhale, pull the heart through, tailbone points up. And then exhale, reversing it, doming the upper back, really pressing up and down through the earth. One more time. Inhale for a cow pose. And then exhale all the way to a cat back. Coming back to that nice neutral position, you can just kind of scoot your knees back an inch or two. And we're just going to slowly lower down onto the belly. Toes pointing straight back, hands right underneath the shoulders, and elbows zip towards the rib cage. On your next breath in, we're just going to lift the chest up an inch or two for our baby cobra, and then exhale down. Inhale maybe a little higher this time, and then exhale down. One more time. Inhale maybe to a full cobra, really engage the glutes at the top, and then exhale down with control. So we're going to take that right arm out into a half T, palm facing down, and then with our left palm planted into the ground, we're just going to slowly press ourselves and push ourselves onto our right side. So you should feel a nice stretch in the shoulder, maybe even the chest a bit. And if it feels good, you can always take that top left leg, place that foot behind, bending that left knee. Just breathing into the stretch right here. When you're ready, we'll slowly place that top leg back on top and then roll ourselves back towards midline. Pull that right hand underneath the right shoulder, and then we'll just place that left arm out into a half T. Begin to slowly press yourself, rolling onto your left side. And again, if it feels good, you can bend that right knee, place that right foot towards the back. And just kind of play with it with your right hand. See if you can press into the ground just a bit. Feel if you can see, you get like a nice stretch in that left shoulder, just a bit more. And we'll take one breath in, one breath out. And if you have your knee bent, just placing it back on top, and we'll roll ourselves all the way back towards midline. Place that left hand underneath the left shoulder, and we'll just make our way back to our tabletop. So again, just placing those knees right underneath the hips. Fingertips spread nice and wide. Begin to engage the core. And we're just going to tuck the toes under. Really press down and up through the earth and see if you can hover the knees just an inch above the mat. And we'll just breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower the knees. And we'll take a cat-cow, so we'll lower the belly, open up, and then exhale around the upper back. You can always do a cat-cow, cat back first, and then a cow, whichever feels best to you. So we're just going to tuck the toes under again, engage the core, really press down through the hands, and again, gaze is looking straight down, nice long spine. And we'll just lift the knees off the ground. Really engage that core, warming it up, warming up the whole body. And again, we're just going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. And just take another cat-cow, your own pace. See if you can release any tension that might have built up during that. And again, we'll come back to that nice neutral spine. We're just going to do it one more time. So tuck the toes under, engage the core, fingertips spread nice and wide, and we'll just lift the knees off the ground. So you can slow down the breath, nice and calm. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, 1. Instead of dropping down, we'll just take the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. So for this flow, we're going to start with our knees bent. They really want us to concentrate more in our arms rather than the backs of the legs. If you want to straighten them out, you can go ahead, that's totally fine. But trying to put more awareness in our shoulders and in our arms. So let's bring our awareness to our fingertips. Again, seeing if they're spread nice and wide. See if the biceps can come a little closer to the ears. Chest is pulling through the arms. Gaze is looking in between the feet or the calves. And again, really pressing up and away. And then if it feels good, you can pedal out the feet here. Just opening up the backs of the legs here. Just being really nice and easy. It's probably your first inversion of the day. So just listening to your body. You can always come down to child's pose if you need to. We'll find some stillness. Again, placing a nice little generous bend in the knees. We'll inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat, and then exhale, just begin to slowly step all the way to the top. Once you make your way there, just folding over the legs, and if it feels good, grabbing onto opposite elbows, swaying a little side to side in ragdoll. Letting the upper body, the shoulders, head and neck just be nice and heavy. Just letting gravity do all the work here. When you're ready, we'll place the fingertips back down on the ground. Keep the head nice and heavy, and we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And begin to engage that core just a bit to pull you all the way up to standing. Once you make it up, roll the shoulders down the spine. Inhale the arms all the way up. Gaze looks in between the thumbs. Exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips. Swan dive down, leading with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can be on top of the thighs or the shins. And then exhale, forward fold. Twice more. Inhale, halfway lift, lifting the heart up. And then exhale, melting it down. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Gaze is looking straight down. And then exhale, take the hands down, and we'll just step back to our plank pose. So staying for the breath in. On the breath out, lower the knees and bend the elbows all the way down to the belly. And just flatten the feet back onto the floor. So from here, seeing where your hands are, right underneath the shoulders, and then elbows zipped towards midline. Chin is pressing closer towards your chest. And we're just going to inhale for a cobra, just a mini one, and then exhale down. Beautiful. And we're just going to keep that same mini cobra. We're going to do our little cobra push-ups slow. So inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. So really pressing through the heel of your palm. This is great for trying to rev up those triceps, which we use a lot during our flow. And we'll just do 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, and last one. And then coming all the way back down with control. So just taking a big breath in. Exhale out. So this time, we're going to press up into our cobra, but we're going to kind of do it staggered. So we're going to come up 1, 2, 3, and then exhale down really slow. All right. So we're going to inhale up 1, 2, 3, and then lower down. Beautiful. So inhale up 2, 3, and down. Inhale up 2, 3, 4, and let's just do one more. Inhale up 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. So then we're just going to tuck our toes under, coming into a tabletop. Lift the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat, and then exhale, we'll just step it up all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Begin to slowly inhale, roll all the way up, one notch at a time. Once you make it up, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands down, step back to our plank pose again. Stay for the breath in. On the breath out, we're just going to lower the knees. So you can keep the toes down if you want, or you can lift them up. But we're going to come into our modified chaturanga. So big inhale in. Exhale, we're just going to bend our elbows even less than 90 degrees. It can just be an inch or two, whatever feels best. And then exhale up. Beautiful. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. So we're just going to do this just a few times. Again, if you get a little sore, you can always just stay here in like a modified plank. as long as we're just engaging our core, but being very mindful of our movements, not moving too fast, but feeling every little muscle that's working for us. So we'll just do one more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Beautiful. So tuck the toes and we'll take the hips all the way back and up. Downward facing dog. Pull the chest through the arms. Nice long spine. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. And then exhale, maybe take a nice big step all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time we'll inhale, root to rise, all the way up to standing, lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands down, and we'll step back to our plank pose. So we're going to do one of our favorites, or one of Jeff's favorites, up downs. So we're going to take a big breath in. Exhale, lower the knees, coming all the way down to the belly. Lift the palms, lift the toes off the ground just for a second. And then exhale, begin to press yourself all the way back up. And you can always leave your knees down if you need to. But we'll just do that again. We'll inhale all the way down. Exhale, pressing up. Just a few more times. Inhale down. Exhale up. Twice more. Inhale down. Nice and controlled. Exhale, pressing up. Last time. Inhale down. Exhale, back to our plank pose. Take the hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. And again, taking that nice generous bend in the knees. So really focusing more on our arms and our shoulders. Pull the chest through. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, gaze toward the top of the mat. And then exhale, step it all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. This time we'll inhale, root to rise, all the way to standing, lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. And just closing the eyes, plugging the thumbs up into the sternum. Catching your breath. Refocusing, recentering yourself. Feeling all that heat, that fire that we've already built. We'll take a nice big cleansing breath in. Exhale, let it out. Twice more. Nice big breath in. And exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale. And then exhale. On your next breath in, we'll sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, take the hands down, stepping back to our plank pose. Stay for the breath in. On the breath out, lower down halfway or all the way, your choice. Inhale for cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale all the way back, downward facing. So from here, we're going to inhale, lift that left leg all the way up, still squaring the hips off, pointing the toes down towards the ground. And don't worry about how high you can get the leg, as long as the glute is engaged, and as long as the hips are square, and still sending the hips all the way up and back. We'll stay here for one breath in. On the breath out, we're just going to take that right or left knee towards the right elbow. Hold. Inhale, lift that left leg all the way back up. And exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, sweep that leg back up. And then exhale, knee to chest, knee to nose, hold for one breath. And then pull that left foot in between the hands, low lunge. Lower the back knee down, flatten that back foot. So you can stay here, you can always use blocks. If you need to bring the floor to you, that's totally fine. If you have the space, we'll just walk our hands up to our knees. Again, seeing if the hips are square to the front of the mat. And again, just putting a little more challenge on. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms out like goalposts. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. Twice more. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze that upper back. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. Beautiful. So we're going to place the hands back down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. And keep that right hand down. Again, you can always use a block here. And then we'll just inhale, twist from the belly, lift that left arm all the way up. Exhale, switching hands, the left hand comes down on the mat, and then begin to spin that back heel down towards the ground. Windmill the arms all the way up, warrior two. So just checking in with your stance, see if your hips are square and level instead of maybe popping that right hip up. See if you can press it down just a bit. Left knee tracking right over those first and second toe right there. Arms nice and long. From here, we're going to keep our nice engagement in our legs. And we're just going to take our arms right in front of us. And we're going to inhale, pull the arms together like you're squeezing a pen in between your shoulder blades. So inhale, close. Exhale, open up. Inhale, close. Exhale, open. A couple more times. Inhale, close. Exhale, open. Last time. Inhale, close. Exhale, open. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to have a nice long arm. You need to straighten up that front leg. And then take those left toes facing the same way as your right. From here, we're going to take our hands to our chest. And then begin to bend the knee, settling down into a goddess pose. You don't have to go super deep at first. Even if your knees are bent just an inch or two, that's totally fine. But from here, we'll just inhale down an inch, and then exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale up. Beautiful. So from here, we're just going to lean it over to our right, kind of like we did in the beginning with our side bends. And then inhale all the way up, nice long arms. And then exhale, using our obliques, tipping it to the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Couple more times. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Coming all the way back up to our midline. And just taking our hands right on top of our thighs. We'll inhale, begin to lengthen out the spine. And then exhale, and begin to drop that left shoulder down towards midline. Inhale up towards center. And then exhale, dropping that right shoulder down. Coming back up towards center. Keep the hands on top of the thighs. And we're just going to straighten up the legs. Take the toes towards the front or towards the side. And then stay here. You can always place a nice bend in your knees. If you have blocks, you can place your hands down on them, or if you have the space, you can place your hands down on the ground. We're just going to be here for a couple of breaths. Breathing into our legs, breathing into the hips. Full breath in, full breath out. You need to walk the hands back to the front of the mat, bending that left knee, and then the left foot meets the right, coming back into our plank pose. And take the hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in here. And a full breath out. So switching to the next side, we're just going to lift that right leg up. And again, don't worry about how high you can get it as long as the hips are square, toes are pointing down. Chest is pulling towards that back thigh. From here, we'll inhale, lift just a bit higher. Exhale, knee comes to left elbow, hold. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, knee to chest, knee to nose, hold. And then pull that right foot through the handstand lunge. Again, if you need blocks for this side, you're more than welcome to use them, or even books. And then we'll slowly lower that back knee, flatten that back foot. Let the hips settle. If you have the space, walk the hands up towards the knee, letting the hips face directly towards the front of the mat. If you're with me, inhale the arms all the way up. And then exhale, begin to cactus them open. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze the upper back, and then we'll take the fingertips down to the ground. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, keep that left hand down on the mat or on a block. Spin from the belly, And take that right arm all the way up. Exhale, right hand switches with the left. Spin that back heel down onto the ground. And then using your core, we'll windmill the arms all the way up. Warrior two. Nice long arms. Right thigh is really pressing towards the right. Opening up the hips. Filling into that knee. You can always play with your stance, making it a little shorter, and that'll be less intense on the knees and the hips. But from here, we're going to do the same thing. So take the hands right in front. And inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Squeezing the upper back. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And then exhale. Take the arms nice and long, looking past those front fingertips. On your next breath in, we're going to straighten up that front knee and take the toes all the way towards center. Take the hands towards our heart. And then we're just going to bend our knees down into goddess pose. So I will face you for this one. And again, just see where the hips settle just at first. And then we'll take a big inhale in. Exhale, drop down just a bit. And inhale back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Twice more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to do the crunches. You can do it with your fingertips behind your ears if you want, or coming back to those nice long like ballerina arms. So we'll take a nice breath in. Exhale, this time we'll tip it over to our left side, really engaging that left oblique. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. Exhale, lean. Few more times. Inhale up. Exhale, lean. Inhale up. Exhale, lean. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, lean. Beautiful. We'll inhale all the way up towards center. Exhale, take the hands on top of the thigh. We'll inhale, straighten up, lengthen the spine. And exhale, drop that right shoulder towards midline. Inhale up. And then exhale, drop that left shoulder in. Inhale all the way back up to center. So we're just going to press against the top of the thighs, begin to straighten up the legs. Take the toes towards the front. Nice long spine. Again, you can place a nice bend in your knees if you need to. If you have the space, you can place your hands on blocks or even the floor. We'll take a nice breath in, lengthen again, and then exhale, maybe dropping in just an inch more. Staying for the breath in, and on the way out. So from here, we're going to walk our hands to the right, all the way towards the front of the mat. Right toes meet the left. And then we'll just take our downward facing dog. Take the hips all the way up and back, stretching out that front side of the body. And again, if it feels good, you can pedal out the feet, getting into the backs of the legs again. When you're ready, we'll slowly lower back down to our knees. Big toes come together. Take the knees as wide as comfortable. And then we'll shift the hips back towards our heels, coming into child's pose just for a moment. We'll just take 3 rounds of breath here. So kind of just savor this rest. Coming back to that natural, deep pace of breath. If you're with me, you can always stay here for a couple more breaths if you need to. But we'll just walk the hands back to our knees and then come to a side sweep. Gently swing the legs out in front of us. So from here, we're going to go into our boat pose. So first, we're going to modify and then see if you have the space or if it feels okay, whether it's in the hips or the low back or anywhere else. We're just going to take our hands right behind us and inhale the chest up towards the sky. Nice long spine. Really engaging that core and really pulling that belly button in towards the spine. From here, see if maybe you can lift one foot up and then maybe the second. leaning back just a bit into the palms of the hands. And if your legs are shaking a bit, that's okay. That's just your muscles working for you. So this is always good if you do have any low back problems, just keeping the hands here. If you feel strong enough and good enough right here, we can maybe pull the hands towards the feet. And again, really rolling the shoulders down the spine, opening up the chest a bit more. I'm just feeling all the shakes in the body, and that's totally okay. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So again, staying here, this is enough. If you want just a little more challenge, we're just gonna sweep our hands up on an inhale. And then exhale, take the fingertips down underneath the legs. We're just gonna do this a few times. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. And while we're doing this, really keep that chest lifting up. Really engage those quads. And pulling that belly button in towards the spine. And again, you can always place your toes down on the ground if you need to, as long as you're really engaging that core. We'll just do this 5 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just pull the knees in, place the feet width apart. And we're just going to place the hands right behind us again. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the hips all the way up, coming into our reverse tabletop. And on your next breath in, really inflate the belly like it's a nice big balloon, pressing everything up towards the sky. And then exhale, release it all the way back down. So from here, we'll just straighten out the legs. And you can always place a nice little bend in the knees if you need to. You can always roll up a towel if that feels better as well. But we'll inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, leading with the chest. And then just place the fingertips down. Maybe it's on the side of the legs, maybe it's the shins, maybe it's the top of the thighs, and that's okay. As long as you feel a nice little stretch in the back. And as long as you don't feel any sharp pains. Easing off if you need to at any time. So we'll just take a few more breaths. See if you can just go a little deeper. Again, not forcing anything, but see with every inhale you can create just a little more space. And then with every exhale, just moving into it, nice and easy. And then when you're ready, we're just going to use our core and just begin to slowly tip it on back and slowly settle us back down onto the floor. Let the hips settle, let the low back settle. And then we're just going to take both knees in towards the chest. You can grab onto the backs of the legs or even the shins, whatever feels better. And maybe rock a little side to side. And if it feels good, you can grab on to the tops of the kneecaps and maybe circle them in one direction. Just feel really nice on the low back. And then circling the other way whenever you're ready. Give the knees a nice good squeeze in. And then we're going to just keep a hold of we'll do our right knee, and then straighten out that left leg. Again, just hugging that right knee in. You can always grab onto the back of the thigh if that's more accessible. And then we're just going to take that right arm out into a half T and slowly guide our right knee down towards the left. Gaze is looking over towards the right fingertip. Keep settling the body right here. No need to hold on to anything, no need to tense up your muscles, just let the body be nice and heavy. So if you want just a little deeper stretch and twist, and this will feel nice, also like in the collarbones and shoulders, Take that left arm out too, so we're coming into like a full T. On your next inhale, we're going to take those right fingertips and then just arc them over. Right fingertips meet the left. And then we'll inhale, begin to open up, going back into that open T. So you can do this a couple times. Again, you don't have to, just nice and slow if you are. You're getting a nice twist in the low back, but also opening up the upper body just a bit more. And if you are doing this, we'll just do this one more time. Nice and easy. And then carefully, we'll take that right knee back towards midline, give it a nice good squeeze, and then sending it down to meet the left. We'll slowly roll in that left knee in towards the chest, grabbing all of the back of the thigh or the shin. Pulling and flexing the toe if that feels good. And rolling it out. We'll take the left arm out into a half T and then gently guide that left leg down towards the right. And just settling into this twist. And again, if you want to on this side, taking that right arm out into a full T. And then on your next breath in, taking the left fingertips, arcing them over towards the right. And then begin to open up. Gaze is following those left fingertips. Begin moving nice and slow. And we'll meet back into our nice twist. Begin to gently bring in that left knee one more time. Give it a nice good squeeze. And then gently let it follow and meet up with that right foot and right leg. So we'll come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. If you need to roll up a blanket or put a pillow underneath the knees or even the neck, or just let the legs be nice and heavy. And then just taking the shoulder blades underneath the body a bit more if you can. Begin to close the eyes and then taking a nice big breath in. Deep exhale out the mouth. Begin to relax the toes, the soles of the feet and the ankles. Relaxing the calves, the knees, and the tops of the thighs. Relaxing and softening the hips and the pelvis. Letting this beautiful sensation just flow up all the way through the spine, into the belly, into the chest. Relaxing the arms all the way down to the fingertips. And just letting them naturally curl in. Releasing any tension you may have left in your jaw. And softening the space between your brows. Letting your thoughts and mind become weightless as you sink and surrender to the earth. When you're ready, begin to slowly come back to the room, back to your body, back to your natural pace of breath, wiggling out the fingertips and the toes, and taking a nice big stretch like you're waking up in the morning. And if it resonates with you, you can roll over to your favorite side into fetal pose. Once you make your way there, taking a nice big breath in and a deeper breath out. At the bottom of the exhale, slowly begin to press yourself all the way to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed or heavy. And then once you make your way there, we'll just take the hands back to heart center, bowing the chin in gratitude for taking this time for your practice and just taking this time for yourself. And I thank you as your mind, your body, and your heart thank you for taking this time. I hope you all feel a little bit more stronger, a little more brighter, and a little more at peace. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Well, thank you everyone for coming out today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday. And also, as a reminder, next week I won't be teaching, but Deanna is subbing, but I will be back the following. So if I don't speak or see you until then, I hope you all have a beautiful week, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.